Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jim Flanagan here. You're watching MHL SportsCenter. We're going to recap from last night, from Tuesday, December the 21st. Let's begin here. The first series up, it's going to be the Filthy McNasties taking on the Killer Monkey Death Brigade. Two teams right conference here in season number 7. Game number 1, we have Killer Monkey Death Brigade taking a 3-0 lead there in the first, and they finish this one 6-2 final. Stealth Luca with a hat trick in this one. He had 3 goals, 3 assists. Bane Ray God and Cam I Am and also Ed the Pip tacking on 1 goal each in that 6-2 final. Scribbles McNasty missed a check here against the boards. He had to step out of the game right there, and the rest of the team took a hurt as well there, as they lose 6-2 in that finish there. Let's move on here. Game number 2. Game number 2, Killer Monkey Death Brigade once again here. 1-0 start after 2. Cam I Am with the goal there to give the Monkeys the 1-0 lead. But in the third, it's Sanus Pone. Sanus Pone ties it up and then ends up getting the game winner in the third period as the Filthy McNasties win this one 2-1 final. And then in the rubber match, game number 3, the Filthy McNasties once again down here 2-1 this time heading into the third. And once again, it's Sanus Pone who ties up the game here 2-2. And then it's slightly lit for the Filthy McNasties with the game winner as they win this one 3-2, and they take 2 out of the 3 games in that series against the Monkey Death Brigade. Let's move on here for the next series. We have the Drunken Engines taking on Stench Trench. 2 solid teams here in season number 7. Let's take a look here at game number 1. Game number 1 for the Drunken Engines. They were held down actually to only 5 shots on goal in this game, only putting up 5 shots, and the only goal going there to Marty McFly on a power play as they lose this one 3-1. The Stench Trench team, Valorn there had a hat trick. He scored all 3 goals for the Stench Trench teams in that 3-1 final. Moving on here, game number 2, the Drunken Engines up 2-1 heading into the third period. Goals there by Johnny Five and Marty McFly. But Stench Trench bounced back here, tie it up in the third. We're going to send this game to overtime. And then in OT, once again, it's going to be this time Kings Full 55 in OT. He gets the game winner here. Let's take a look at the clip there. We have a shot here of the game winner there in overtime. Kings Fall, who finished up the game there with 2 goals. He had 2 goals in that series there. There's the game winner. So Stench Trench take the first 2 there. First 2 games in that series there. Moving on here, game number 3, the Drunken Engines up 2-0 after 2. Stench Trench come back here once again. All 3 forwards for both teams getting 1 goal each. But in the third, it's WON with the game winner as he gives the Drunken Engines the win here 4-3. He had 2 goals in that game right there. But they lose the series. Stench Trench take 2 out of the 3 in that series. Moving on here, next series lined up, it's going to be the Papaya Pirates taking on the Krogan Blood Pack. Divisional matchup right there in the Western Conference. Let's take a look here in the game number 1. For game number 1, we have Drift King playing in net here, swapping up from right wing in net, and but they lose here. Papaya Pirates win this one 4-1 finish. Lebunskis and Prototype, as well as Death Raven and defenseman Malone, 1 goal each for all 4 right there in that 4-1 final. Then in game number 2, we're tied up 2-2 after 2 periods. But the Pirates in the third here bounce back, take the lead, and they win it 5-4. Both Lebunskis and Prototype Pariah 2 goals each. And then, but it was Malone in the third there with the game winner to give the Pirates the 5-4 win. Then in game number 3, It's 2-2 in the first. We're gonna go into the third period here, and Pirates putting up 5 goals in the third as they win this 7-4. They sweep here. KG Random Hero with a hat trick here. He had 3 goals, but they lose here 7-4. It's Death Raven 5 goals, 2 assists for the Pirates. Also Lebonski's 2 goals, 3 assists, and Proto with 4 assists as they take 0-3 right there. The next game lined up, it's gonna be the Kleenex Tissue Fighters taking on Puck and Funny, another divisional matchup there. In game number 1, a lot of penalties there for the Puck and Funny team. They're penalized 8 times here in this game. The Tissue Fighters go 2 for 8 on the power plays, and they put up 34 shots on goal here. Tyburn having 25 saves for the Puck and Funny, but they lose it 8-3 final. Kuchiwali and NJ Ski both end up getting a hat trick here, and I believe we have a video shot here of a save by Octizzi there late in the third as they win 8-3. Both of those forwards right there getting the hat trick. There's Octizzi with a save there late in the third, but didn't matter. It's 8-3 finish. Game number 2. This one's a blowout as well. 11-2 final. The Tissue Fighters going 5-for-5 on their power play, and once again, this time putting up 33 shots on goal. Both NJ Ski and the Unheard getting 4 goals, 4 assists. Kuchiwali with 2 goals and 5 assists for him. With those 4 goals for NJ Ski, he actually that was his 100th goal of the season. Guy has 100 goals on the season here in season number 7. We actually have a goal there by NJ Ski here in game number 2. There we go, roll the clips. See the pass right there, and NJ Ski puts it in the net there. His 100th goal of the season. And then let's move on here. Game number 3. Puck and Funny this time. The D holds down the Tissue Fighters to only 17 shots on goal. Scoreless after first. But they still lose here. 4-2. Kleenex Tissue Fighters sweep the series here. NJ Ski tacks on 2 more goals to his career here. 2 goals, 1 assist. That puts him up at 102. And then both Kuchiwali and Unheard had 1 goal each. We actually have that goal there by Kuchiwali in that third to give the Tissue Fighters that 4-2 final here. Let's roll the clip. There we go on the breakaway. Kuchiwali putting in the net, and the Tissue Fighters take the sweep here. 4-2 finish. Let's move on to the next series. Next series, it's gonna be Tickle Me Emo taking on Icy Hot. Game number 1. It's a 6-2 final. Matt Farrar, 74 with 22 saves here out of the 24 shots faced. On offense for Tickle Me Emo, Sober Enough getting a hat trick here, 3 goals, 2 assists. JR Lide with 2 goals, 2 assists. And Jacket Time, 1 goal, 4 assists. In game number 2, only 1 period was played here. 2-1 after the first. JR Lide and Sober Enough getting 2 goals for Tickle Me Emo. Captain Funbacks with the only goal for Icy Hot. And it seemed like the team it was the Gentle Giants up against One Good Reason. Game number 1, One Good Reason take a 4-1 lead after 2. But the Giants come back here. They tie it up in the third. We're tied up 5-5. It's gonna go to overtime. Chunky Feast is putting up 4 goals for the Giants here. But in OT, it's Joe Stoll with the game winner here. Makes it 6-5 final in overtime. Joe Stoll had a hat trick on that game winner there, 3 goals. And Magnum Fox also with a hat trick, 3 goals, 2 assists for him. Cyclone 5 assists. And Cloudy Days in net with 21 big saves there. Game number 2, 9-3 blowout here. Cloudy Days this time playing forward. He had a hat trick here, 3 goals, 2 assists. Joe Stowe also with a hat trick, 3 goals, 4 assists. And Magnum Fox, 2 goals, 3 assists. Game number 3, not much different here. 6-0 shutout here for Cloudy Days, who steps back in net here. But he only faced 7 shots. Nonetheless, it's a shutout in the books. Dents 12 playing defense here. Imagine getting a hat, 2 assists for him. Joe Stowe had the other 2 goals, 1 assist. 6-0 final, and it's a sweep. So all the games from last night. We only have 3 series left here in season number 7. I believe 1 or 2 playing tonight, and the other one the following night. And that's it. That'll wrap up season number 7 for the regular season. And then we'll be back after New Year's for the continuation of the playoffs. We'll be recapping the playoffs as well here, just as we do with the regular season. It's Jim Flanagan. Good night, everybody.